I'm Tina Fordham, and this is the April episode of The Navigator, produced in collaboration with the London Stock Exchange. Well, in his January Davos speech, Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney stated that the world is entering a rupture, not a transition. And in hindsight, Carney's quote captured the zeitgeist for 2026, which has since seen accelerated global disruption. In the 3 months following Carney's remarks, geopolitical risk has only intensified, so far with a muted impact on financial markets, but with a range of what we call geopolitical butterfly effects. Let's talk about what's on our radar for the second quarter. Our April Navigator watch list reflects the risk of a relapse in the Iran war and the fact that a major energy and trade shock has already been unleashed. This shock not only impacts commodities prices, but also causes disruption to global trade flows and changes the outlook for economic growth and the interest rate cycle, even if the ceasefire holds. We also highlight the low probability of reaching a diplomatic solution in the Russia-Ukraine war before the White House's June deadline, with a likely summer offensive on the horizon and both sides leveraging their respective strengths ahead of negotiations. Hungarian elections on April 12th are unlikely to move markets, but the result will be closely watched not only in Hungary, but also in Brussels, Washington, Kyiv, and Moscow. Viktor Orban has been in power in Hungary for 16 years, and a change in government in this small but geostrategically significant state would have far-reaching consequences. The outcome will have an outsized impact on everything from EU cohesion to the future of aid to Ukraine. While opinion polls currently show a substantial lead for the Hungarian opposition candidate, the key question is whether the loser and the public will accept the result, because that's what democracy is about. All of these trends and signposts are increasingly interlinked, evidence of the geopolitics butterfly effect, where the interplay between disparate events like Hungarian elections, the Iran war, US midterms, and commercial and trade flows don't happen in a vacuum, but play off of each other and reverberate and gain momentum faster than ever before. With the intense pace of change, it's easy to become pessimistic by focusing on the risks, yet as we consistently highlight, global change is also a source of opportunity. What we don't expect to happen is for the dust to settle and normality to return, something that we hear constantly from investors and C-suite leaders. Why not? Because we don't have a time machine, and the geopolitics supercycle trend consolidated over a decade ago, as our research documented. What's genuinely challenging in the current context is to spot patterns. We just don't have enough data points in many cases to justify new trend lines. Here are some of the themes that we are currently tracking, including the reliable superpower vacuum, where there is currently a situation vacant, whether Iran and Ukraine both actually emerge stronger in the international system than they were before the conflicts, and where new security and trade partnerships may be emerging, particularly among rising middle powers. We think this group of countries will increasingly be doing business with each other in a kind of geopolitical version of a flight to safety. Commodities producers outside the Middle East stand to benefit, as well as defense, tech suppliers, and nuclear energy, in our view. As ever, I'll close with my favorite quote from Louis Pasteur: "Fortune favors the brave, but chance favors the prepared mind." For more of our analysis, follow us on LinkedIn and sign up to join our complimentary newsletter.